Hello everyone, and welcome to our live session. After a long time, we are doing one live session with TGV Family, part of TGV Family, because TGV Family has grown over the last 4.5 years. So, first of all, I don't know Kannada. Okay, I'll not be able to speak Kannada. Of course, I made an attempt to be part of Kannada intro episode, and thanks to my friends Sangeeta, Basha, and Pratibha for making that happen. At least it is one of the most memorable moments for me. And let me talk about the guiding voice, the vision and mission first. Okay, so the guiding voice is all about guiding people through voice. Okay, initially it started as a audio podcast. It is a pandemic baby during the peak of first wave of pandemic. Every one of us were busy attending some courses or the other. Similarly, I also attended a course on podcasting. That was a master class by my guru Vijay Gautam, who is one of the top podcasters in India. And somehow, after attending that master class, I immediately signed up for the full course. And within 3 days, I completed the entire course and I decided, let me get into this. Because I come from a very humble family. Both my parents are illiterate and I have three siblings. Fortunately, we are the first generation graduates and postgraduates. In fact, I am a double postgraduate and I'm aspiring to do my PhD also. In fact, by this time, I should have done. But because of numerous initiatives and all, I'm not able to really focus on that. But once I get there, I will do that. Okay, back to the guiding voice, why it all started and all. Since I come from a humble background, I did not get the kind of right guidance at the right time. And I have to figure out everything by myself. And I was able to reach a certain level in a corporate. Of course, right from my school days, college days, my graduation, every phase of my life, I've been guiding people. Even today, also, I get at least 5 to 6 calls from somewhere, like maybe my school friend, maybe my college friend, or friend's son, daughter, or likewise, and or my acquaintances from my hometown. Everybody needs that particular guidance. And before pandemic, right now also, I still go to engineering colleges, B schools, and I deliver keynote messages. I try to mentor people because I want to make their lives and careers better. That's why, if you look at TGV, we are on a mission to shape the careers and lives of millions across the globe.
Yeah.
So, what I felt after attending the podcast is a podcast course. If at all, I have to cover all engineering colleges which are in Telangana, the state where I am from, it will take my entire lifetime. Whereas if I start a podcast, I can reach not just Telangana, not just India, but across the globe. That's why our English podcast is now has listener base across 140 countries and counting. That is the power of this medium. Then I embraced, and initially I called one of my ex-colleagues. I don't want to name him. He did not pick the call. Then I called Sudhakar, my erstwhile partner. He attended the call. He and I shared the same passion, extremely passionate. In fact, we wanted to do YouTube interviews and all pre-pandemic, but we felt it will be too much cumbersome and all because he's much senior to me in terms of position. And we were really skeptical whether this will be possible or not. Anyways, since the world has shut down during the pandemic and all, we felt okay, this is the right time. And I told Sudhakar, I know everything right from editing, launching everything. You just come, we'll get started. So that's how journey with Sudhakar continued for about 2 years, and after that, he had to move to a different country for professional reasons and all. And he was there until Telugu was launched, and later on he got busy, and I took it by myself, and I took it by myself. And initially, in 2000 on May 17th, 2020, English podcast was launched, and my network grew exponentially. And I'm proud to say that because of the guiding voice, I have seventh, eighth degree connections now. And if I need a speaker on a particular topic, I'll get within half an hour, sometimes within a minute also. There are many instances wherein I have put a status on my WhatsApp saying that I need a speaker, and I deleted immediately because I got overwhelming response. That is first thing, the power of networking. Second thing, when I thought of outsourcing this editing part and all, because for close to 4 years I did everything. for Hindi, English, Telugu. Whereas for Kannada, Sachi came, and because of Sachi, Sangeeta, and only I thought, okay, let's plunge into Kannada because I don't know Kannada, right? And I was confident on them, and they came in. She has been editing. Of course, I did a little bit of additional editing in terms of stitching the videos together, putting the show notes, posting on social media, and all. But since my workload is getting hectic, and moreover, I also wanted to improve the quality of the content, then I thought, let me outsource it. But I don't have I'm not in a capacity to hire somebody full time. I thought, let me approach freelancers. And I said, I want video editors. And within span of 3 hours, I received requests from more than 50 people. I want to be part of it. I want to be part of it. I want to be part of it. Then I gave some assignments to about 30 people whom I felt confident. Out of which right now I have a pool of 5 to 6 efficient editors, and they have also become obsessive about the guiding voice. If I'm not interviewing, they ping me. Why there are no interviews? Right? When you are interviewing somebody, the time that you are spending like 30 to 45 minutes or sometimes 1 hour, you are going to experience somebody's life in that particular 1 hour, and you are going to experience whatever they have accumulated, right? So that is how the journey started, and we are simply on a mission to shape the careers and lives of millions across the globe. And afterwards, in 2022, we launched our Telugu podcast, and 23 we launched our Hindi podcast. I still remember when we launched Hindi. Sangeeta, myself, Sucha, and Parul, were there, and I was in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, in a hotel room, and I recorded the first episode. That is one of the most memorable moments for me, because the previous day itself I had darshan of Puri Jagannath. Again, thanks to my friend Try, who has sponsored that entire trip, right from flight, accommodation, everything, and I got VIP darshan there. That is also again power of the network. So afterwards, in 2023, we launched after launching the Hindi. Again, I realized the power of vernacular languages and all, and we thought, let us expand. And one fine day, Sangeeta and I were talking. Why don't we do it Kannada? I said, will you be able to take that up? Means because I cannot rely, because I cannot contribute to it. For Hindi, if at all editor doesn't come, I can do it. Or Telugu also, I can do it. English, I've been doing. Now I stopped editing, but I was little skeptical, but let us take it. I took a leap of faith assumption, and finally we are here standing tall, celebrating our first anniversary. And we don't. To be honest, I don't care about the numbers. People might think, okay, do you have those many subscribers? It is all about, even if one person listens to our episode, and if there is some positive transformation, even if they don't acknowledge, also our purpose is solved. And that is how I have this beautiful set of people from Kannada. Similarly, I have beautiful another set of people from Hindi. Again, Sangeeta is part of Hindi also, and then we have Sucha and Payal, another passionate individual, right? So that is how fourth language came. And one fine day, again, I interviewed Nikhil Mote. Nikhil Mote introduced me to one person. I don't remember his name, but his wife is Rachna Singh. I interviewed Rachna, and after Rachna referred me to Snehal. I interviewed Snehal in Hindi, and she also became extremely passionate. Naveen, let us do something. Then I said, I want to start Marathi podcast. Will you be willing to take lead? And for that, again, I have to rely on some other editors and all. And luckily, we have another strong women leader, Chetna, who also quit her corporate job and doing her freelancing. And to be honest, in Marathi, we have already released 6 episodes because the frequency is on the higher side. And we have already interviewed celebrity speakers. One of them is an actor, and one of them is the top Marathi podcaster, and one of them is a renowned entrepreneur who is running Udyami Maharashtra, right? Likewise, Marathi also came into picture, which is our fifth baby. Now, as we speak, our sixth baby is about to deliver. So we are in the almost like delivery stage. It is, I would say, like eighth month or eighth month. Okay, so maybe in a month from now, we'll get our sixth baby, which is Gujarati. And again, how Gujarati is happening is, I used to do a lot of mock interviews on Naukri platform. I've interviewed more than 600 people. Okay. I coached them on career conversation. I used to do mock interview and tell them, hey, this is how you have to do. That is how I got connected with Nisha Khanwani. And ever since I spoke to her, she has become a good friend. I did her LinkedIn review, I did her resume review, and she connected me with her sister Chenda Khanwani, who will be our primary contact or the lead for TGV Gujarati. And again, I don't know Gujarati. We need editors. The same story happened. I put on the status. We got so many people across India, and finally we identified one guy, Darshan Vivedi, if I remember the name correctly. He is onboarded. So likewise, this is spreading like a wildfire, and my vision is to make TGV available in at least 10 Indian languages. Because we as Indians should preserve the rich heritage of Indian languages. We're all in in the chase of corporate jobs and everything. We are always giving primary interest or primary focus or primary attention to English. I don't deny that English is universal language, but let us not forget our mother tongue, right? And if you look at European countries, especially, they don't speak English as fluent as us, but they are proud about their own mother tongue. Why not Indians? We are 140 crore plus population, right? And this is how the vision is to be in at least 10 Indian languages. And I'm going to tell about some of the achievements which have happened in the TGV platform before we interact with our TGV Kannada hosts. Of course, I'm not trying to steal the show here, but we got to be proud of our journey, right? I today also means every day, at least there will be one moment wherein I think, am I doing the right thing? I'm not getting money. I'm not getting famous. But again, the next moment, I get some good news or something or the other. I get that particular kick. Yes, I learned this. That is keeping me moving. And last year has been fantastic. So to begin with, we won this second runner-up. Sangita and I presented about TGV in the not-for-profit category at Bits Pilani, Hyderabad. And May 2024, we won this one, which is finalist in the Podmasters, right? And after that, I felt little bad. I went to that event. I thought we will win it because everybody was cheerleading for me. Speakers, everybody who knows about TGV, they thought you will win it. But we didn't get there. That's okay. I didn't get bogged down because I believe in only one thing: massive success needs massive time, massive efforts, whatever it is we are putting in. It's matter of time wherein we'll get international laurels. One of the international laurels that we have received is this Asia level podcast award. Okay. All this did not happen just like that, right? It takes time. Any good thing, any massive success, right? It takes time. And afterwards, I got an opportunity to talk at TEDx to deliver my first ever TEDx on October 26, 2024. And that did not stop. And later, I won this Rex Karmavir Chakra Bronze Award and the fellowship. I went to Delhi and I met some excellent individuals, 300 to 400 individuals who are driving positive change in the society. Now, you know why TGV is existing. Now, I don't have to tell you how we are transforming lives, right? So, that is a brief history about TGV. I know I have boasted a lot because this is the baby and this baby is growing. The guiding voice will be turning 5 on May 17th, 2025. So, of course, I wanted to be listed in the top 1% globally by last year. It did not happen. That's okay. It will happen whenever it is destined to. But to be honest, I'm proud to have interviewed Radha Krishnan Pillai, corporate Chanakya fame, and then Marcia Reynolds, International Coaching Federation president, Ruben Gonzalez, who is the four-time Olympian, and Mega Parmar, who is the Everester cum scuba diver. She holds two Guinness Book of World Records. And then Hasvi Murgi, youngest mountaineer. And recently I've interviewed Kravinder Kamal, who is the founder of Global Maker 3D. And that person worked with likes of Rajamouli and many other eminent directors. And Yogesh Chabria, who is the author of The Happy New Year. And recently, next MBA chancellor called me because I applied to be a freelance professor there. And he showed me one book saying that, you are from India, right? I know this guy. I interviewed him, I said. He was surprised. And he took me. I'm into that next MBA team now. But they offered me to deliver AI for business course due to my travel schedule and all. I denied. I deferred for this time, but I'll be part of it. And there you'll find people like Philip Kotler. You know Philip Kotler and Peter Drucker, not Peter Drucker, sorry, Philip Kotler, and then many leadership gurus. Seth Godin is also part of that particular professor fraternity and all. So you never know. All I've been doing is every opportunity that is coming, I'm taking leap of faith assumption and going forward. Okay, so that's about the boasting. I'm done. So thank you so much for patiently listening or watching. And now it's time for us to celebrate. There are two milestones actually. One is our TGV Hindi is also celebrating second anniversary, and TGV Kannada has turned one. And my big thanks to the entire TGV family for making this happen, and also my own family, my wife, my daughters, and my dog also, my mom, my brother, my sisters, my entire relatives. Because after getting into TGV, I've skipped so many family functions, so many events. I'm very, very selective and all. Most importantly, my friends, network, and well wishers like Kavita, Subha, everybody who has been part of TGV, thank you so much, so much, and the entire universe for conspiring and for giving me that particular power to continue to persevere and persist, and most importantly, giving such a beautiful team who are doing selflessly. Because today, if we call somebody and we'll ask them, hey, can you do this? They will ask, how much will you pay, right? These guys are doing selflessly. I'm not compensating them for the efforts that they are putting, because they have also got enthused about the platform and about the value that we are going to build. And before I hand it over again, I forget about two things. We have authored two books so far: Inspiring Lives, Volume 1. Sorry, I picked the wrong one. I'm super excited. All right. So, TGV Inspiring Lives, Volume 1. And we also have TGV Inspiring Lives, Volume 2. Right. So, likewise, there's no limit in terms of how we can inspire people, not just through audio, video, but in the form of blogs, in the form of so much of content. And we are in the content creation era. All right. So perfect. Thank you guys and for bearing with me, and thank you so much for being part of this madness. And let us keep doing all the great work. And before that, so it's time for me to interview my TGV Kannada family. So we'll begin with Pratibha. So Pratibha, tell to our audience about yourself in Kannada. Guys, I'm going to speak in English, but you have to answer me in Kannada. Please go ahead.
ಖಂಡಿತ ನವೀನ್. ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಕಾವ್ಯಶ್ರೀ. ಸ್ಕೂಲು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹೊಸದುರ್ಗ, ಬಾಗೂರ್. ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ನಮ್ ತಂದೆ ಟೀಚರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಕ್ಚರರು. ನಂಗೆ ಇಬ್ರು ಬ್ರದರ್ಸ್. ಮೈ ಎಲ್ಡರ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಜನ್. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಟ್ವಿನ್ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಹೂ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ನನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಬ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು. ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯಂ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಸಂಗೀತ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್, ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಡೇಸ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಾ ಅಡೋಬಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಮದ್ವೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಬ್ರು ಮಕ್ಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ 7th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್, ನನ್ ಮಗ ಪ್ರಣವ್ ತೇಜಸ್ವಿ ಅಂತ. ಮಗಳು ಮೇಧಾ ಪ್ರಣತಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಮಕ್ಳಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಮೊದಲಿಂದ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಎಸ್.ಎಲ್. ಭೈರಪ್ಪನವರು, ಎಂಡಮೂರಿ ವೀರೇಂದ್ರನಾಥ್, ಈ ತರ ನಾವೆಲ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇದು ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಇಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ಅಂತದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಅಂತ, ಅದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡೋಬಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್, ಕ್ಯೂ ಸಮಿತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ವಿತ್ ದಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನನಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ವಿಷಯನ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದು, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇಂಟರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅದು ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಟಿಜಿವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದ್ದು ಸಂಗೀತ ಕೇಳಿದ ಕೂಡ್ಲೆ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ಇದು ಒಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ನೋ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೆಮ್ಸೆಲ್ವ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಸೆಲ್ವ್ಸ್. ಟಿಜಿವಿ ಕನ್ನಡ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿದು ಒಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ. ಇದೊಂದು ಬ್ರೀಫ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Basha, tell us about yourself. You can tell something which not many people are aware, and some interesting things also which you haven't disclosed in public forum, something as well.
ನಾನು ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನನ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾಗ ನೆನಪು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಭಾಷಾ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ರು ನನ್ನನ್ನ ಭಾಷಾ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಪ್ರಿಫರ್ ದಟ್. ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನಲ್ಲಿ. ನಾವು ಸುಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣ್ಯಪುರ ಅಂತ, ನನ್ನ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಹುಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ನಾನು, ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ, ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಮ್ಮ. ಆ, ನಾವು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿತ್ತು. 15 ಮನೆಗಳಿತ್ತು ಆ ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಗ್ಗಟ್ಟಾಗಿದ್ವಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಆಗಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮರೆಯೋದಕ್ಕ. ಆ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಕೆರೆ ಹತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ ಇದು ಕಾರಕ್ ಗಿಡ ಹತ್ರ ಕಾರಕ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಟ ಆಡೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ NSVK ಹೋಲಿ ಮದರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೆಸರು. ಹೋಲಿ ಮದರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ಅವ್ರ ವೈಫ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದಾ ದೇವಿನ ಅವರು ಹೋಲಿ ಮದರ್ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಸರಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ದ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪರಮಹಂಸ, ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದಾ ದೇವಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯೂನಿಟಿ, ಒನ್ನೆಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚಿಕ್ಕಂದಿಂದಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಸಿದ್ರು ನಮ್ ಟೀಚರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. ಇವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಟಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈಗ್ಲೂ ನಮ್ ನೈಬರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಸೇಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ BSc, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು MCA ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಭಾರತಿದಾಸನ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಪನಿ ನಾನು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ವರ್ಷ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ನಾನು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ CMC ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಫುಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಆಫ್ DS Infotech. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಐ ವರ್ಕ್ ದೇರ್ ಫಾರ್ 4 months ಐ ಗೆಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ GE ಇಂದ ವಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ನಡೀತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದೆ. ಬಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಂಡ್ರೆಡ್ಸ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಒನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಐ ಮೆಟ್ ನವೀನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಂಗೀತ. ಅವ್ರ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರು. ಇನ್ನು GE ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ತುಂಬಾ ಪರಿಚಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ನಾನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಐ ಟಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಂದ, ಶಿ ವಾಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಇದ್ರು. ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ ಕೆಲ್ಸಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಇಬ್ರು ಜೊತೆಲೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಫನ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನವೀನ್ ಇವಾಗ TGV ಅಲ್ಲೇ GE ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನನ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ ಕೂಡ ನವೀನ್ ಇಂದಲೇ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಮೆಂಟರಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್. ಈಗ್ಲೂ ನಂಗೆ ನೆನಪಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಕಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಗೇವ್ ಮಿ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಹಿಂಟ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫುಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ಫುಲ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ನಿನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐ ಸ್ಟೇಡ್ ಇನ್ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಫಾರ್ 10 years. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದೆ. ಮದುವೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇವಾಗ ಇಬ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪರ್ವೀನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಯಿಷಾ. ನನ್ನ ವೈಫ್ ಹೆಸರು ಮೆಹಬೂಬಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆನೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ ತಮ್ಮ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಶಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ 1 year. ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಪುಸ್ತಕತೀನಿ. ಫೇವ್ರೆಟ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬುಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹ್ಯಾರಿ ಪಾಟರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಿಸನರ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್ಕಬನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನನ್ನ ನಾನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಫೇವ್ರೆಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೂ ಮೂಡ್ ಮೈ ಚೀಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಅದು ಕಲಿತೀನಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೀ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅನ್ ಆಥರ್ of 2 books, Visionary Tortoise ಮತ್ತೆ Rise
You
Beyond.
have those books handy, you can show it.
I did not keep it, sorry. ಮೀಡಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬರೀತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಮೈ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಲೈಫ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನನ್ಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಲೆಸನ್ ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಇದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹರರ್ ಆಗ್ಲಿ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಇವಾಗ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನೂ ಬರ್ದಿನ, ಅದನ್ನ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I like that part, inspired by Panchatantra. And with all these things, yes, I am a co-host of TGV Kannada channel also. And thanks to Naveen for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, Basha, again, this is not a scripted conversation, so I want to be as candid as possible. One thing what I like most about Basha is that childlike attitude and the curiosity. And one thing what I really admire in him is after he authored his book and all, I could see a lot of transformation in him. And that's why before starting Kannada podcast, we met at a bar. We were having drinks. That's okay, Basha. Okay, Basha boozed a beer, and I had 2 pegs of whiskey or something. And then we were talking, and I asked Basha, "Will you be part of it?" Let me think and come back, because Basha is a kind of guy, if he is committed, he will do it. Then I was pretty optimistic, and I told, yeah, take your time, but if you're into it, again, you'll get addictive. I told him, and that is how I'm hoping like it has become addiction now, or obsession. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I'm addicted. I have learnt a lot. Maybe in our this session only, I will share.
Okay, thank you, Basha. So over to Sangeeta.
ಹಾಯ್, ನಾನು ಸಂಗೀತ ಡೋನಿ. ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 12 ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹಂಚ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 20 ಇಯರ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್. ಅದರಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ವರ್ಸಟೈಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೈವರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್, ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜಸ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಹಿಂದಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್. ಮೈ ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಂದಿ. ನವೀನ್ ನೋಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಂದ್ರೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯದಿಂದ ಆಗಿದ್ದು, ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ದಿಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿವರ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಬೈ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬೆಲ್ಗಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರು. ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಟು ಮಹಾದೇವ್ ಮಿಟ್ಟು, one of my best friend, and one of the best gift given by Shiva, because I'm a devotee of Shiva. And the very beautiful gift of my life sitting beside me, Sachi, my daughter, 16-year-old. Professionally, tumba experience ide, as Basha and Naveen shared. Navelleru like 10 plus years we have spent together as part of G volunteers agli, G health head. ತುಂಬಾ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ದೀಸ್ ವೇರ್ ದ ಬೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಲೈಫ್. ನಾನು ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಐ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಎಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೀಚರ್. It gives us surprises, it gives us tests, it also teaches every lesson which is required for us to grow. Naveen already ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು TGV journey ಬಗ್ಗೆ, how we started TGV Hindi and then Kannada. Very grateful to Naveen, because as a friend he believed me. Whenever I suggested any new platform or anything, till now also I keep pinging him that I think in this blog this should change, in this picture this should change. So people come in our life with some reason to teach us, or we will start sharing with them, or they share their knowledge. So TGV Kannada adu ಒಂದು platform ಇದೆ. Even TGV complete TGV concept ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ we are very clear about our concept and vision and mission. ಈಗ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಜನ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನಾವ್ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಕಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. TGV ಕನ್ನಡ ತುಂಬಾ ಯುನೀಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ. From grassroots level we are able to touch or bring those stories to our audience. So that's something very special agide this particular channel. You would have already observed me, all of you, that nan Kannada ashtu strong illa like Pratibha and Basha, because nan born and brought up by different parts of country. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ I always think in Hindi and then translate in Kannada or English. So that is one thing which keeps happening with me. And ನನ್ನ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು that being Kannadiga you don't speak Kannada much. So I used to say at home, yes, but even at home, I prefer Hindi or English. But I used to always tell myself there will be a time when I will be able to express myself in Kannada. And I think TGV Kannada has given me that platform also to be connected to my mother tongue, and also an opportunity I could get through this podcast channel is to make Sachi connected with Kannada. We are living in Hyderabad from last 15 plus years. So definitely, at least none childhood early, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ used to make sure that even if we were out of Karnataka, we had a lot of Kannada sanghas where we will perform or participate in Kannada Rajyotsava or any Karnataka special festivals and all, so that we are always connected with the roots of Karnataka. But ಈಗ ಸಾಚಿ ಜೊತೆ the life is very different ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ we are in a different city which is not we are not in Karnataka. So the question again, as I had an individual, she also has to face it that being a Kannada, do you speak Kannadiga, do you speak Kannada or not? But I think TGV Kannada is giving her that flavor, at least to be connected with her mother tongue as much as I can do that. Thank you, Naveen, for this special opportunity and believing in me. And special thanks to Basha and Pratibha to just jump in for this journey, like as if, yes, Basha and Pratibha were just ready. So thanks, Pratibha and Basha, for joining this family and making this so beautiful from last 1 year.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And if I were to talk about Sangeeta, I don't know, like it's been more than 18 years, I think, right?
Yes.
That I met Sangeeta. And the very first time, I still believe that kind of wholehearted smile, right? So that is one thing which we have in common, like smiling at people so wholeheartedly, right? And without any intentions, without anything running in the background. So what I like the most in Sangeeta is her positivity. She tries to find good in every bad thing also, because I keep telling something things are not working, or if because we have that particular rapport in terms of both since she's also part of my day job also, we are all in fact a close knit family now. So she's part of these initiatives also, and sometimes if I get frustrated about something and all, she tries to find something positive and all. So that is one which I like the most. And thank you again, Sangeeta. Without you, Bhasha, Sachi, Pratibha, this wouldn't have been possible, and we would have not celebrated this milestone at all. So over to the young kid, Sachi.
Hello everyone, this is Sachi. As my mom said, I'm not that fluent in Kannada. I'll be breaking the ice and I'll be speaking in English. This is my first appearance for this channel because I'm behind the scenes. I'm the editor for TGV Kannada. And thank you, Naveen Uncle, for giving me this amazing opportunity. So, firstly, since I was in 7th grade when I had my own YouTube channel, I named it Fun Learning. And that is when I had started making educational videos, and I used to, whatever I learned in my school, I used to come home, edit it, and I used to upload it. My parents supported me a lot in it. They kept recommending me apps to edit on, and all of my friends followed, my entire family followed. Then later on, when 10th hit, I focused on studies. My priorities completely changed. And then I stopped editing, completely went out of track. Then when I met Naveen Uncle, then my mom told me that we are starting with TGV Kannada as well. So then they told me that we want you to edit our videos. I was extremely happy because I love editing. I love working with technology, graphics. So currently, I am a 11th grade student studying at Oak Ridge Bachupalli. I'm a science student, and psychology is something that I really love, and it captivates me both academically and in my free time. But my passion does not end well. And here, sorry, music and photography are my creative escapes too. And recently, I started writing poems, and I'm a budding acrylic artist. So that's about me.
Wow, thank you so much. So excellent. And in fact, she has invested in a MacBook also to be part of this one. So that shows the commitment, right? It is not that easy to make such a heavy investment. So that also boosted a lot of confidence. Just to share some more information about TGV, I am trying to recall the whole 4.5 years of journey. Initially, I used to record podcast episodes on my wife's Samsung Galaxy phone, not even Galaxy, some basic phone, using some substandard headset, and we used to record it on Zencaster. And in fact, I interviewed Harsha Vadlamani on English, one of my ex-GE colleagues and all. That's why you will see a lot of GE people on the platform. Harsha's episode, that was the very first one, and recording went through, and we lost the file for whatever reason. Half portion of it was lost, and I had to request him to re-record. Likewise, I have so many experiences in this 4.5 years, right? So I would like to ask your experience, okay, in the last 1 year, in terms of, have you come across any hurdle when you guys are recording the episode wherein guests did not come up or anything? We can go around the table. This time we'll start with Basha.
Okay, first let me tell you how did the journey start. Okay, and you already gave a hint. ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ, ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಟು ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈಗಲೂ ನೆನಪಿದೆ, ಲೆಮನ್ ಟ್ರೀ ಹೋಟ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಯೂಶಲಿ ಐ ಕಮ್, ಯಾರನ್ನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಬ್ಬನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೈ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬಲ್ದೀರ್ ದೇರ್. ಅವ್ನು ಬಂದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ನು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನವೀನ್ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಓಕೆ, ನಾನು ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಮೀಟ್ ಯು. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ TGV ತೆಲುಗುಗೆ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಆ ಗ್ರಾಟಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಹೇಳೋಣ ಅಂತಲೇ ನಾನು ನವೀನ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ರಿಯಲಿ ಮೀಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಟು ಗಿವ್ ದಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಅವನ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಬಾ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ದ, ಈ ತರ TGV ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತ ನೀನು ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್, ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಅ ರೈಟರ್, ನಾನು ಬರೀಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಭಯ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಈ ಸೆಡ್, ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇದು ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಅದು ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಆಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನದು, ಜೀತ್ನ
Karke aage jeete.
ಓಕೆ,
Karke aage jeete. Yeah.
ಬರ್ತೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಜೀತ್ ಹೇ. ಸೊ ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ ಫಿಯರ್. ಅದು ಓಕೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಓವರ್ಕಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ, ಲೆಟ್ ಮೀ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಗಿವ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ಎಸ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಬಿಲೀವ್ ನನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಸಂಗೀತ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ. ಸೊ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅವ್ರು, ನಾನು ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೈಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡು ನಾನು ಸಂಗೀತ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಹೆದರ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಬೋತ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಂಗೀತ ವರ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಓಕೆ, ನೋ ನೋ ನೋ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಯಾರೋ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆದರ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಇಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಆತರ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎವ್ರಿ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್. ರಿಹರ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ರಿಹರ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಐ ವಿಲ್ try to connect with the speaker and I will go into their world. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಗುಡ್ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಒಂದೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ನನ್ನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಸರಿಗ್ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಸಾಚಿ. ನಾನ್ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಶಿ ಎಡಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಲಿಟರಲಿ ಶಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಲೌಡರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ತೊಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೋ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಸ್, ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಎಸ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಜರ್ನಿ. ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ಡ್, ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 1 year ಆಯ್ತಾ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂಶಲಿ ನಾನು ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸಡನ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗೀತ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು 1 year ಆಯ್ತು, ಇನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಷ್ಟ್ ಬೇಗ ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ 1 year? Okay, so now we are here, and thank you Naveen for the opportunity, and thanks Pratibha and Sangeeta for always motivating me. Editing alli Sachi,
Wonderful.
thank you so much. And she was telling me, uncle, you should talk like this, uncle, be bit louder. And she also suggested me a lot. Thank you for that. And yeah, it was an amazing journey with amazing people
Yeah.
here with TGV Kannada.
Wonderful. Wonderful. The other day I interviewed Kim Ritberg, okay, who happens to be a host of popular US TV channels, and then she worked for Netflix at an executive level and all. Now she has become a video coach. and she's telling like first and foremost thing is once you start facing the camera, you'll conquer the world. And I recorded that episode recently, and again, I think we are on the right path to overcoming that particular fear and the phobia of video. Because see, we will not be picture perfect right from day one. Even today, I have my own imperfections. It's okay. You have to embrace those imperfections, and we have to get better from time to time. That is my take. And yeah, Pratibha, is there any challenging moment or some surprise, okay, wherein you thought something will go like this? Because I'll tell you my experience. Having interviewed 800 plus people from 70 countries, 70, no, 80 countries, sometimes I go with expectations.
Yes.
And when I think, okay, some speaker is going to excel, I'll come up with a surprise that won't go well. And other one is sometimes I will have least expectations on a speaker. He or she does amazing. Okay, so over to you.
ಅದನ್ನ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ರೀಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸೋಲೋ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ವ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಲರಿ ವ್ಯೂ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೋಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂವರ್ದು ಫೇಸಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ the other way for the recent episode. ಅವಳು ಇನ್ನೂ ಎಡಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅದು. So one learning, like you said about the expectations, definitely. ನಾವು ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಇವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋಣ. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ವಿಚಾರ ಸುಮಾರೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಒಂದೊಂದ್ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ನಮ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ನ ಚೇಂಜಿಂಗ್ ಸಣ್ಣ ಇದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ದಿನ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಟ್ ಇಂತ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಡೈಲಿ ರೊಟೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೂ ನಾವು ಒಂದ್ ಲೋ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದ್ ಹೈ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ನಾವ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೇವೆ. ಇಂಥದ್ದು ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೆ. ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾ ಆಂಕರಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನನ್ಗೆ ಈ ತರ ಕ್ಯಾಮ್ರಾ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ನವೀನ್ ಅಂದ್ ಕೂಡ್ಲೆ ನಾವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಓಪನ್ನೆಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ದೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್. ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ನೇಚರ್. ನಂಗೆ ಸಂಗೀತ ಮುಂಚಿಂದ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು, but then be it Naveen or everybody in TGV circle, they're ready to help. That is one thing which I really like. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ. ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಐ ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. So that is what I like about TGV Kannada, and I'm very happy to be part of it. Thank you for the opportunity, Naveen and Sangeeta. These are some things which I wanted to share about TGV Kannada journey of mine.
Most welcome. Sangeeta, over to you.
Yes. So audience would have already guessed it. None challenge was speaking Kannada fluently in front of camera, that too. I'm a very camera shy person, but that was almost removed because of TGV Hindi few episodes which we recorded. Kannada language itself, like at home speaking generally with family, is very different, right? But now when you're speaking in front of camera is like, I still remember my first episode, though I was interviewing a person whom I knew about his journey, his challenges, his everything about him from last 15 years. But then also I was very much how I have prepared myself speaking in Kannada. Like I was just thinking, that will I get trolled that why are you doing this when you don't know Kannada? But I would seriously say that whenever we start something, I have learned this from Naveen, that don't wait for you to become 100% perfect. Start even if you're 1%. You will gradually become better, Whether you will reach 100 or not, that is destined. But if you put efforts, at least from 1, you will make, or 0, you will make some growth in yourself. So I think TGV Kannada itself is like Pasha's favorite line, "Dar ke aage jeeta." Yes, for me it is my fear of speaking proper Kannada, not the North Karnataka Kannada, but a proper Kannada. I'm still overcoming. It's a journey, definitely. It is not ending here, right? We are still going further. So I'll be a better person for sure, a Kannadiga. Thanks, Naveen, Pratibha, and Bhasha, because Pratibha and Bhasha helped me to translate everything in script. And again, in the Kannada, the style of Kannada which I speak, not they both speak, because I can't match their fluency and also the vocab of Kannada.
All right, so I have a different question to Sachi, and let me share my experience and then ask her that question. So, typically, to produce one single episode of TGV English, it used to take about 10 to 12 hours. Okay, people think it is all easy, but right from the very first conversation till the time it goes onto social media, it used to take about 10 to 12 hours, and slowly over a period of time, the time has shrunk. But it is not that easy to produce content. So, how much time it is taking for you, Sachi, and how it started? What is your experience?
My experience has been amazing, firstly, because Uncle, you actually got me back to editing. And my connection with YouTube, I really like YouTube because I just like how, all of us, like people around the world, get to connect with each other just through videos. That is really fascinating for me. So sometimes there are times when I'm drawing diagrams in my notebook, the AirPods in my ear, and I'm listening to the episode. Wherever there's any error, I pause it and I edit it. So with studies, that is how I manage it. Usually it just takes me 4 hours to finish it. One is because now the episode duration are also reducing 30 minutes. Earlier it used to be 1 hour. And because I'm new to MacBook, I needed to learn how to use iMovie. And again, thanks to Naveen Uncle for guiding me there as well. So managing it with studies, firstly, I thought it would not be that easy. But later on, I found my own tricks and, ways to like be productive in both managing studies and editing. Because I did not want to get away from this and, just because of studies. I did not want my studies to affect this. So later, first it used to take me 6 to 7 months because I did not know how to edit much. Now it is reduced. So, a great experience.
Okay. So, talking about some favorable moments or favorite moments that I have experienced in TGV so far, right? There are so many, having interviewed such a volume of guests and all, right? But one thing that comes on top of my mind is interviewing Shrenik Shah. Okay, he's the first guest on the show with the clarion voice. And I think recently he has completed 10,000th day.
Days.
The vocal cord cancer. He's such an amazing personality. In fact, I've given a standing ovation for the first time for a guest on the show. Right. And apart from that, one of the most heart touching moments is one guest, I think, if I remember correctly, Anne Mrachek. She could be the one, or I may be wrong also. But her mom has passed away few hours ago, and she joined the episode for the recording. Said the moment I said, "How are you?" She said, "I'm okay. My mom passed away just a few hours ago." Then why did you join? I was not in a. I got so much uncomfortable at that moment, and I asked her, "It can be rescheduled." She said, "No. I've committed to my mother that I'm doing an episode with you today. I want to do it." Right. Likewise, there are so many instances.
Yeah.
I can keep on talking. I can write another book about these kind of moments also. But I want to hear from you. Is there any favorite moment of yours while interacting with the guests on an interview? Maybe we'll go with Pratibha first.
Yeah. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಒಂದ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ. ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ನೈಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸಿತ್ತು ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ದ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಶಿ ಗೇವ್, ಯಾವ ತರ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ತರ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಅಪ್ರಿಶಿಯೇಟ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯುನೋ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಏನೇನು ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ರು ಅವ್ರದೊಬ್ರದು ನಾನು ಐ ರಿಯಲಿ ಯುನೋ ಲೈಫ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸಸ್. ಮೆಡಿಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಸಲ ಕೂತ್ಕೋತೀವಿ, ಗಂಟೆಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಮ್ ಮಿಸ್ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್. ಬಡಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್, ಅದರಲ್ಲೂ ನೀನು ಮೆಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಲೈಫ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಗೇಮ್ ಆಡೋದಿಕ್ಕಾಗ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಈ ತರ ಒಂದ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಥಾಟ್. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಹೀಗಾಗಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರಿಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು ನಂಗೆ. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ವಿತ್ ಈಚ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಎಂಟೆಕ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 11 years ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎಂಟೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಗ್ಲೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಏಜ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ನಂಗೆ TGV ಕನ್ನಡ ಪಾಡ್ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಎಗೇನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ಒಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ವಿಷಯ ಕಲ್ತಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಡೈಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಡೈಲಿ ರೊಟೀನ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ ಲೈಫ್.
Okay, thank you. Basha?
ಆಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ ಸೆಡ್, ಪ್ರತಿ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರನು ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಲಿಯೋದ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ವೆರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಹೇಶ್ ಜಾಧವ್ ಅವರು ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮೀನ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್. ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎನ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತುಂಬಾ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಲೆಸ್ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಸತಿ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೀನ್ ಈ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹಿ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹಿ ಚೋಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಗುಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ಬಟ್ ಅವ್ರು ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ಲೆಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚಾಲೆಂಜಸ್, ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಇದೆ. ಇವರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಮನಾಥ್ ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ. ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಎಲ್ರು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಂತಾರೆ, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದೆಲ್ಲ ವಾಸಿ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ತಾರ. ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ನಿಜ. ಕಲಿಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹಿ ಸೆಡ್ ವಾಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಆಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಅನ್ನೋರ್ನ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇರೋದು, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 2.5 kilometers. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿ, ಮೀನ್ there is a lot of age gap within us. His experience is different, my experience is different, but still somehow we connected very well. ಈಗಲೂ ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ಅಥವಾ ನವೆಂಬರ್ ವಿ ಬೋತ್ ಮೆಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಎ ಕಾಫಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಆ ತರ ನಂಗೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಗೆ CBSE ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ICSE ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಇವಾಗ NIS ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಡಾಟರ್ NIS ಅದರಿಂದ ಉಪಯೋಗ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಜನರಿಗೆ ತೋರ್ಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ಆಯಿಷಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಭೇಟಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಬೇಗನೆ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು. ಆತರ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೆಮೆಂಡಸ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಈಚ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂದ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್. ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವರ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಗಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್. ಸೊ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕುತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮೈ ಮಾಮ್ ವಾಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಹಳೆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ, ಇವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಏಜಸ್ ಜನರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಆಲ್ದೋ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಕನ್ನಡ, ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನೋಡ್ತಿದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈದರಾಬಾದ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಭಾಷಾ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಸಿ ಯು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ಬಂದ್ರೇನು. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಇಬ್ರು ಹುಡುಗಿರು ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾರೆ, ಪಪ್ಪ ಟಿವಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಖುಷಿ ಪಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಮೀ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿನೆಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಇದು ಆ, ಆ, ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಈವನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆರ್ not changes his life, if he has learnt even a single thing, that gives a lot of satisfaction to me. And for me, yes, I have learnt a lot. ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರು ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ದಿನಾನೇ ಯಾ ಯಾವೇ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹತ್ರ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And Basha, we have a comment from our beloved Dr. Srinivas Chirauri. And he says, Basha continues to be as humble as he has always been, despite his achievements as author and other stuff. And thank you, CH sir, for the wonderful comment out there on LinkedIn. Really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you so much, sir.
And also thanks to Malyadri. He's also talking about you. He's at the same Basha that we used to tease during GE days. And also thanks to my friend Mrunal. Yes, we are here to make you proud, dude. Many more things to come. And I'll tell you one more story before I go to Sangeeta. Again, this is
Thank you all for your
resilient.
wonderful comments.
This is another resilient personality that I came across, James I. Bond. And I interviewed him on the persuasion stuff. You know, he joined the interview a week after undergoing bypass surgery. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, in India, if somebody undergoes bypass surgery, they will not even get out of bed for at least 1 to 3 months, or sometimes it will be 6 months also. Right? But look at people in other countries. Those kind of stories make me more strong. The way these conversations are driving me, right? They drive me crazy. I get to know what I don't know. Interview after interview, I get to know. Sometimes I feel okay in the scale of 0 to 100. Sometimes I feel I might be at 50, right? Again, my meter goes down. I think I'm less than 10. That has been my journey. Okay. So, Sangeeta, over to you in terms of what is your favorite moment.
Every episode is my favorite, but as Basha said, in light of time, one thing if you observe as an audience or as a listener, starting from Mahesh Jadhav story and reaching till Dr. Ramnath's story, the journey has been so beautifully crafted, ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ I strongly believe in, and I keep telling this or uttering this many times in my day also, that's let it happen as per the divine plan. And these 12 people, like I would say 11 people, because Devika madam was interviewed twice, but on two different topics and very important topics. All this is about life. It's all about sharing is caring. Means they were here with us because they care for each and every one. And that's why they were sharing their knowledge. And that's a great thing. So that's why every episode has one moment where you will feel that, oh my god, I never thought like this, or I didn't know about this perspective. If you remember, Basha, we asked one question to Gauri ma'am, that the foods which cause acidity or gut health issues. Then she asked us, right, why do you eat them? When you know that it is going to cause, why do you eat? That was a click, for me also, that when we are aware, then why we keep consuming it? When we know that sodas are not good for health, but then for fun we have, or for taste we have, for changing our mood we have. We all know we have so many reasons when people ask such question, or anybody in our family who is elder to us or who is worried about us or care about us, they ask. So this is something very important from each guest when we are speaking to them. And we have a script, like we have all our questions that this is what guest is going to answer upon. One thing is very, very clear, that all that accumulated knowledge, which is called as life only because it has given experience to them. And another thing, Prativan guest, they all have worked very hard to achieve all those accolades, like whatever the type of life they have designed for themselves. They have worked so hard, and their hard work has a deep meaning, especially even Shobha Dinesh. I still remember I'm from a small town, Belgaum, where I have seen panchayat officers and all. But I never thought about I'll be interviewing someone who is from a panchayat development officer, and at that level, a lady can work, because I know when you have to change a mindset of villagers. It's very, very hard, because they are deeply rooted and they are very united. The moment an external person comes into picture, their unity will become 100 times stronger. And Shobha Dinesh was able to really break that ice. The way she has worked for women development there, talking about or making rural women use menstrual cups, it's like, I can never imagine this. As a woman, I can't imagine this, because it all happens in our cities and towns where we talk about using it and all, and people use it still. But introducing this concept to villagers, village women, that is something which always I would remember even after many years, I think. So that's all. That's about me, what I
Okay.
have learned.
All right, wonderful. Sachi, anything from your side?
I
Your
mean,
favorite
yes,
moment?
yeah, favorite moment, because I'm an editor. I basically get to watch every episode, and I'm really lucky because, and now that I've, kind of learning Kannada because of the vocabulary Pratibha Aunty uses, Vasha uncle uses, and my mom is also, she has improved a lot. Being an editor, something that, I am, so firstly, when TGV Kannada had started, the first episode was of Mahesh Sir's, and I really wanted to watch that video, but I wasn't sure if I'll be able to get the time to watch it. Then I became the editor. So now the key concept is to edit the video, which means I have to listen to it and I want to listen to it. So one of my favorite episodes would be of Aisha Mams about NIOS. It was really insightful for me. And me being a 11th grade student, I will be definitely getting thoughts of what I'll be doing in the future. Then when I got to know that they offer certification courses, I dwelled into that. So, and I've been learning a lot, especially the language, such inspiring people. It's been a great journey.
Okay, wonderful. So I know we were supposed to close it at 5 o'clock. We are already 15 minutes past 5. So I'll take one last question. Okay, so who is your dream guest on TGV platform?
I think
Kannada, who do you want to interview? Yeah, you go ahead. Sangeeta,
Siddharth
I know the answer. You go ahead.
Murthy. I
I know
told
the answer.
my intention.
I know that. So Sachi, how about you? Who is your dream guest?
Maybe JK Rao.
Wonderful. No, we'll manifest for it.
Yes.
It will happen. It will happen. Wonderful. Pratibha.
So, my brother, who is a plastic surgeon, he told me, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅವನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಅಂದ್ರೆ it's more like you should not be asking me as a sister, but you should achieve something on your podcast, and then I should be, coming to you. So, yeah. So
Wonderful.
he will come to TGV Kannada definitely, but I don't want him to be a guest because I am his sister. So we'll achieve something and then we'll interview his this thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
Basha. Yeah, please go ahead.
ತುಂಬಾ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರೋ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ನಮ್ ಸುತ್ತ ಎಲೆಮರೆ ಕಾಯಿ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ದು ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋರು, ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋರ, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ ಇದೆ.
Wonderful. Sha.
So even I agree with what Pratibha said. Okay, so adralli he was not only bringing the famous personalities but even unsung heroes. Like there was one lady, I don't remember her name. She used to bring the woman out of prostitution and she was giving them a life, and she got an award. And one of my another favorite person in that show was from a woman from Tamil Nadu. Okay, so how she convinced the people to preserve the rainwater. She had a challenge. ಯಾರು ಉಪಯೋಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡ್ರೈನೇಜ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಜನರು ರೈನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೇನೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅನ್ಸಂಗ್ ಹೀರೋ. ಇವನ್ ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡ್ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈವನ್ ನಾವು TGV ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ we are bringing the people like them, and I want to bring more and more people like them, and that's my dream.
Wonderful. I love it. And in fact, we have hosted many unsung heroes. One person that comes to my mind is Penchalama. Okay, we interviewed her in Telugu, and that is part of Slice of the Hope series, which we did with Jacinta Jayachandran of Hopeworks Foundation. And the reason we interviewed that lady is she's almost like a daily wager, and she comes from a very, very humble background. And still, she believed in that Hopeworks vision and joined her daughter there. And fast forward 3 years, her daughter has already earned a corporate job, and she speaks fluent English, fluent than me. Okay, that her daughter, and I was really enthralled. And I told her, "You come on to the show. That is one of the most again memorable." I have so many stories, but as you guys are speaking, I'm trying to weave my moments, bring back my memories as well. So thank you. And I have another note from Chirauri sir. Sachi has been so articulate, amazing, proud of the young talent. Thank you, sir. And Sangeeta, I remember a doctor once remarking a patient asked, "What is the diet to follow?" Ma'am, what is good for your body, your tongue doesn't like, and what your tongue likes is not good for your body. Thank you for sharing that. So, with that, I think we can conclude the talk show here. Any closing thoughts from anyone before I bid goodbye?
Yeah. So TGV Kannada caption is Uttama Jeevanakagi Anubhavada Matukate. So as a TGV Kannada team, we all believe that learning is never ending in our life, and it's only people around us who have achieved a lot or are working very hard. We want to bring their stories and share with you all. If you know anyone who can connect with us on TGV Kannada, please bring it to our notice. You can connect with us.
Not just TV Kannada, but the entire platform. We have 5 languages, and sixth one is about to come. Yeah.
Yes. And we are very much grateful to all of our audience, our promoters, our enablers, our encouragers who have been a great support throughout this 4.5 years journey. And because of you, I think TGV Kannada, as Basha said, we couldn't realize it's 1 year. And we have actually today completed 365 days. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaskara.
Namaskara. So, anything from Pratibha and Basha?
I agree with what Sangeeta said. ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು ಹೇಳೋದು, ನಾವು
ಖಂಡಿತ.
Class.
Wonderful. Sachi?
Yeah, this journey should never stop. We will be growing and we will get to show all of you much inspiring people and unsung heroes, as all of you mentioned. So, yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So, thank you so much and for being part of my life and being part of my journey. And let us continue to inspire. Thanks to those of you who are watching live. Also, thanks to those of you who are going to watch the episode later as well. So, keep showering the love. Let us grow together and let us make this world a better place to live through conversations that matter, conversations that add value to your life and your career. Support our mission and let us grow together. Thank you. Namaste.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, guys.